What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Tickerfee video and welcome to the Tickerfee family. Okay, so as you can see, what we're going to be talking about is Shiba Inu. Now, what is this episode going to be about? Why am I bringing this company up? Why is the stock being affected? So I haven't talked about this particular company in a while, and so I wanted to break it down, see what's going on. So leave a comment down below if you actually own this altcoin, if you thought about it, if you bought it, if you're buying it again, is it an option trade? Whatever the case is, leave a comment down below. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was check out the monthly chart. So yeah, there is some news that I'm going to be discussing that has happened in the past 2 weeks, recently in the past couple of days, but I just wanted to first show you by looking at these trend lines. Okay, so there was a peak, and this was at the beginning of March. Now you can see what the price is, and then if you continue to fast forward throughout time, you can see that we had a dip. Now, this is not a surprise, especially if you look at just normal stocks, right? Individual stocks, mutual funds, whatever the case is, you'll be able to see that all of these companies are going through the same process. So you can't look at it effectively of just your stock only. You have to look at the overall picture. So let's fast forward to what is actually going on. By the way, if you do not know what Shiba Inu is, or Shib, for those that aren't part of the community, you can see real quick, it says, once upon a time, there was a very special dog. The dog was Shiba Inu, and this dog inspired millions of people around the world to invest money into tokens with the dog's image on it. So, just a little fun fact, Shiba Swap, a DEX Shiba Inu coin, was created anonymously in August 2020. Okay, so keep that in mind. This meme coin quickly gained speed and value as a community, and that's what makes this company itself very strong. I need to pinpoint that. Okay, that alone is what makes this stock or altcoin so powerful. It's the community. So keep that in mind. Now, what I wanted to point out is, again, if you look at the 1 month, same process with Shiba Inu is the same with Bitcoin, 40,000. But at one point, you had a low of 37,000. And then again, as we're climbing slowly through the trend line, there's always going to be a new support. But at the same time, you can see a little dip here and there. And I'll discuss why those dips have taken place. Now, what I wanted to show you is right here, all these altcoins, okay? You can see on this list who's on here, what what the volume trade is. And so if you can see, it's at roughly around 757. Not too long ago it was about 800. So there's constant trend lines, pre-market, post-market, and just during the entire day. And so I just wanted to point that out because you've got Shib. Dogecoin is just a little bit ahead on this chart, but if you look at the overall I guess the overall revenue of Dogecoin, you got 15 billion, but if you look at Shib, it's 12. So they're not even that far apart, and per coin, you'll be able to see that Doge is just a little bit worth a little bit more. But look how much revenue there is actually in Shiba Inu. Okay, so let's continue to fast forward. So Shiba Inu price dropped 8%, right? Might reach 0.0001 this year. So the past few weeks has been one of the best for the BitGert project. So the past few weeks has been this period where the price has exploded to the point of killing 1-0. The exponential growth of the Briz coin has been driven by the products of the Bitcoin team that has launched. So let's forward to Shiba Inu. On Shiba Inu's price dropping 8%, this is one of those cryptocurrencies that has been plummeting the most of 2022. But again, we will discuss in this video, so just hold on a little bit longer. You're doing a good job. So transacting Shib is also expensive, and this could be the reason why the number of transactions has been reducing fast. So that's what I wanted to point out. It's going to be the price. Can we fix it? Can we make it cheaper? You leave a comment down below and you let me know. So Shiba Inu sheds nearly 44,000 users over the past 5 days. Should you sell or buy? Now, here are the key points. I'm not going to bore you with the entire analysis, but here are the key points. So, according to CoinMarketCap, 43,634 wallets have been dumped their Shiba Inu tokens over the last 5 days, with the biggest drop of 32,832 holders from last Tuesday to Wednesday. Since December 21st, 2021, Shiba Inu added 118,000 new users to a peak of 1.2 million holders on March 15, 2022. Shiba lost the equivalent of 34% of the 3 months volume in the past 5 days. So, the Fed's rate hike could have been the catalyst out of the Shib. Rising rates generally force a flight from riskier investments, right? And by the way, it's not just altcoins. Any individual stock is going to be a risk. It's just your tolerance is the main thing. So another thing I wanted to point out is, if you remember a couple months ago, Shiba Inu's followers, right? Followers alone was a combination just over a million, a little over a million plus. Now look at Shiba Inu. Twitter alone is at 750,000. So if you're worried about what happened the past 5 days, look how many followers there are, guys. Keep in mind, again, what I stressed at the beginning of the video, the community. Okay, so if we're scrolling down, what I wanted to point out was going to be who's holding their Shib coins? How long before we lose another zero? Am I being realistic on a dreamer? So that is the question that people keep bringing up. I've been seeing it in Reddit. I've been seeing it in Twitter. And so that's what we are discussing. So what is affecting it? What is going on? So the transaction was picked up on the Telegram channel Well Alert that monitors ETH wallets holding a minimum of ETH 1000. This transaction was carried out today, March 21st, by the 216th most valuable Ethereum wallet. So Ethereum Well buys 90 million of Shiba Inu, pushing the mean coin sharply higher. Pretty interesting. So that should be a nice little catalyst that should give you some hope. Okay, so Shiba Metaverse land will provide passive income, hence Shib developer. So think about that. Leave a comment down below if you think about the Shiba Inu lands, the Shiba Inu real estate, which is going to come out about the sales date in the next coming months. So again, another catalyst and another opportunity. So when asked about the announcement of future passive utility for lands, in a follow-up, he said there's some huge movements that will happen in the next month. In the next months, land by itself will be a passive with the new implementation we are working on. While the developer only said land will be passive, we would suggest that this is a reference to the passive income that virtual land and a metaverse can provide. So hint, hint, wink, wink. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. I want to stress that, but this is the facts, right? I'm not trying to give you anecdotal evidence. I'm trying to give you facts and research, and that's what this is. Okay, so can anyone tell me why 42,844 people is not holding Shib? Guys, you got to keep in mind, people that have been holding this stock, right? Let's say you have a portion of 100 people. Let's say out of those 120 people had bought Shib at the very, very, very beginning, right? And so if they're, if their stock themselves is the first quarter, and if their coin themselves is, such in the high that they want to buy and then sell and then come back in, keep in mind you're still going to have a portion of the community that's going to do that. Now the large majority is still going to hold. Again, the other references like I was talking about, you can see on here on Reddit, you have got 468,000 strong. So again, all about the community. So Powell says Feds will hike further and faster if necessary. So Chair Jerome Powell, if y'all don't know, he's the Federal Reserve guy, said Monday that the Federal Reserve would raise its benchmark short-term interest rates faster than expected and high enough to restrain growth and hiring. If it decides this would be necessary to slow ramping inflation. So Powell's message was more hawkish than his comments were after last week's Fed meeting, when officials raised their key rate a quarter point from near zero to range 0.25 to 0.5. Hawks typically support higher rates to stave off inflation, while doves generally prefer low rates to bolstering hiring. So there you go. One of the catalysts that's going to be affecting our stock, regardless if it's Shiba Inu or not. Now, Ukraine conflict. Russia's trying to starve Mariupol into surrender. Key points. You've got Guerin will be speaking soon after Ukraine rejected a Russian deadline demanding the defenders lay down their arms in exchange for safe passage out of the city. Mariupol is a key strategic target for the Russian military. Around 300,000 people are believed to be trapped there, with supplies running out and aid blocking from entering. That alone, guys, keep in mind, is going to be what's affecting the stock. And then the last thing, which is a little kicker that most people aren't talking about, the housing market is in the early stages of a substantial downshift. Home sales may drop 25% by the end of the summer, according to this analyst. The expected drop in home sales could bring relief to renters over time. So keep that in mind. So there you go, guys. I really do appreciate it. Hope this helped you out. And until then, see you later.